Hello and welcome back to my channel. I thought this could be a really fun video to film because the other day I was getting ready for work and I was like, I wonder if you would be interested at all in what my morning routine looks like when I wake up at like 5:35 a.m. That is early, and that's honestly probably not even early enough to do all the things I wish I could do in my morning routine. So I thought it could be fun to show you what my morning routine really looks like, but then kind of plug in some of the little things that I wish I had time for. I just don't. Something about my morning routine that's very sacred to me is the time that I get to be reflective, make time for self-care, and over the years it's really transformed. I've had to reprioritize things as my needs have changed. I've definitely put a lot more emphasis on the amount of sleep I get instead of pushing myself to get up earlier so I can journal, which I used to do. I realized that it's more important for me and what I need in this season of life to sleep a little longer and maybe save the journaling for another time of day. I have changed the way that I do my makeup, my hair, and things like that, just because I want to have a morning that isn't so rushed to get out the door, but is still prioritizing the things that I want to prioritize versus just getting up, getting out the door. Do you get what I'm saying? One of my biggest things when it comes to my morning routine, which can change day to day, is just making sure that I find balance, that I find some rest and relaxation within my morning routine, because I know that from the time I get up to the time I leave the door, it could be a very high adrenaline situation when I'm like feeling like I have to watch the clock and count down and all those things. But there are just certain things that I want to get done every morning that help me feel good, that help me take care of myself, and they're essential really. And those things can change, but there are some things that I'm going to share with you that I am doing every day. But I will say, I think this is a very typical morning routine. I did throw in little things I wish I could do, so you'll see those here too. So if school-based SLP morning routine before you go to work is something that interests you, then let's get into it, shall we? Well, hello. Good morning. I usually wake up every morning around 5:35. I try not to snooze, but if I do, I'm getting out of bed closer to 5:50. And first thing I do, I go in the bathroom, brush my teeth, wash my face, and do some skincare. This is really the first step of like my self-care every morning that helps me feel like, okay, I'm doing something good for myself. I'm taking care of myself. And I really enjoy this time, especially because it becomes kind of a meditative thing for me to be, doing my skincare. I always gua sha after I moisturize. So that is a good time to get some deep breathing in. I really like just having that moment of just silence, of peace, of breathing. If I had time every morning, which I don't, I would love to include this step in my skincare routine. It's using these cupping tools from Primally Pure to do a little bit of extra just lymphatic drainage. They're very lifting for the face too. And I know you're supposed to be consistent with stuff like this, but I probably do this once a week. But it is something that feels really, really good. I've been so congested. You could probably hear it in my voice right now. So doing all the extra like drainage lymphatic stuff has been really, really helpful. The next thing I do is I go downstairs and I make an herbal tea. I also take my seed probiotic. Again, this is something that I do every day. And even this is like the smallest, quickest act of self-care. And I really am grateful that I do that for myself. And I don't drink coffee right away. Do you notice that? I have an herbal tea, either dandelion root or milk thistle. I think this morning it was dandelion root, which I do loose leaf tea with that. So it takes a little bit of extra time. But it is a great way to start my day. Plus, it kind of tricks me because I like having something warm to drink in the morning. And after I make my tea, I like to just take my time, sprawl out on the couch. Usually Sasha joins me, and I make time to sit and journal for 20, maybe 30 minutes. Who knows? Journal. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I couldn't even keep a straight face while voiceovering this. No, I do not have time to journal anymore. Instead, what I've been doing is I do like 2 to 5 minutes of just stretches to get my body moving, get the blood flow. Again, this is a good time for reflection, but I actually started journaling at night, and that's really been a good method for me to not feel so rushed in the mornings. After I do my yoga, sometimes I have to make coffee. Sometimes I make it the night before, but I might get a little reading in here. So I'll read like The Untethered Soul or things to just, again, like put good thoughts into my mind. And then I like to have a nice slow coffee pour. That's also a joke. I do not do that every morning. I am usually pouring my coffee into my travel mug, and then I head upstairs and do what I'm doing now and get ready. Oh, also I drink a lot of water in the mornings. That is a big priority for me. And if I forget, I always feel worse throughout the day. So drinking water is super helpful. I quickly curl my hair. This takes about 15 minutes now because I'm basically just touching up my natural waves. Here is my 10-ish minute makeup routine. I put a little primer on and maybe sip some tea or coffee in between. I use the Ilia skin tint serum something, I don't know, but I really love it. It's very hydrating for my face, and it's not a foundation, so it doesn't feel all cakey and gross. Then, do my eyes, little mascara, little eyebrow gel. This is the newer Ilia, it's like a minimalist stick or concealer stick. I'm not really sure, but I really love this because it's lightweight again, but I use it under my eyes, blend everything out. Then I'm going to go in with some bronzer. I use a lot of cream products. Oh wait, just kidding. I use powder before I put the bronzer on. And I was so bummed because the powder that I ordered from Sephora came broken, and it's been over 30 days and I can't return it. So back up. I have a Tarte palette or whatever this is, compact, and I quickly am just gonna put that on my face, get a little bit of the cream bronzer from Merit all over where I need to, contour, blah, blah, blah. Get my blush on. This, swear, 10 minutes. I've cut down so much because I use these specific products that blend well, and I can just go. I don't have a job where I feel like I need to put a bunch of makeup on anyways. So yeah, this is the getting ready with me routine. Very simple. Put a little setting spray on so it lasts all day because I'm going to be playing with some preschoolers most likely, and we're ready to go. That's it. And then, do a quick fit check for you. It was raining on this particular day, so I was in the trench coat, and I really liked this outfit. So I figured I would show it to you. I usually do take a fit video anyways every day. But honestly, that's the morning routine. That's it. We did that in like 5 minutes, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.